So what does Aukey, Mpow, Tautronics, Vava, Chotec, RavPower, what do all these companies have in common? Well, they all make electronics, yes, but maybe perhaps more importantly, they've all been recently banned from Amazon. Let's talk about it and let's make it simple. Greetings and salutations, my friends. My name is Travis, aka Dad, and welcome to Dad Does Tech. I'm just an ordinary dad who loves tech and camera stuff, and my goal is to help you find the right gear and get the most out of it. A little while back on The Verge, there was a story that reported a database that had been leaked over on Amazon that reported over 200,000 seller accounts that had been earmarked as cheaters. Allegedly, all of these sellers on Amazon were violating Amazon's terms of service and seller policies by trying to manipulate the review system by offering things such as gift cards for giving 5-star reviews on their products. So I don't think it's gonna come as a surprise to find out that there are fake reviews on Amazon. I think most people are aware that this has been an issue for a long time, and Amazon is seemingly starting to do something about it and take some pretty concrete action. But let's talk for a second about why fake reviews are such a big deal. And it's probably pretty obvious. We don't want to see products with fake reviews because we use the reviews in order to choose products that we want to buy. On the flip side, from the business side, there are tons of different small businesses who are just trying to get their products sold and just trying to get started, and by selling on Amazon, that seems to be the way to go. But it's hard to break through that wall and get anyone's attention if you don't have a ton of reviews. So naturally, someone's more likely to purchase an item that has 10,000 reviews or even 1,000 reviews over the one that has 10, even if the one that has 10 could be the better product. That makes it really difficult for these smaller businesses who are trying to get off the ground to start to sell their products. In general, I don't see very many products that are recommended to me unless they are sponsored products, meaning they are being paid for by advertising at the top of a feed. I don't usually see products that have no reviews or very few reviews near the top of my list. Usually if I'm searching for something, Amazon is recommending the things that have the higher reviews or more reviews and positive feedback first. Now, because this fake review thing is not a new thing on Amazon, there's a lot of speculation about why is Amazon finally doing something now, and how long have they had this long list of over 200,000 accounts that they've deemed as cheaters that they're planning on banning over the next few months. Why now? And some people are saying that, they just are finally built enough evidence to do something about it. Maybe that's true. And then there's some people saying that it's more political than that because the majority of these companies happen to reside in China, that maybe the government is trying to put a squeeze on China. Who knows? I'm not here to call it any which way. But one thing we do know is that they're going to start banning these companies between April and September, and we're 3/4 of the way through that. And these accounts are being banned one after another. The other question is, well, if they've got a giant list of accounts that they don't want on their service anymore, why don't they just ban them all at once? Well, I think the reason is that would be a nightmare, like an absolute nightmare for Amazon. If you ban over 200,000 sellers all at once on Amazon, that's 200,000+ sellers that are going to be trying to get back on Amazon and going to be fighting it. There could be lawsuits. There's just going to be people taking up customer service. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare. And Amazon's got other things to do. They're in the business of making money, and the last thing they want to do is be tied up with 200,000 different sellers all at once. So I'm sure that they're just rolling it out to try and take it in waves and chunks and not stretch themselves too thin. Now, some of these products I do get for free, so maybe I'm not the most unbiased person, but I am the most unbiased person in this room right now. That being said, Mpow, Aukey, RavPower, Chotec, Tautronics, Vava, I can say that I've had pretty good experience with these products from these brands in general. But when one of these companies does reach out and say, hey, we've got a new product, can we send it to you for you to try out? Absolutely. Send me all the products you want to send me. But I'm only going to make a video about the products that I like. That means I like it, would buy it for myself, and recommend it to my family. Now, most of these brands that I do work with somewhat regularly are totally fine with this, and they know that I'm not going to make a video about every single one of their products, especially if it ends up being one that isn't all that great. But then there's plenty of brands that approach you and they're trying to lock you into making a video about a piece of gear or equipment, and they want you to be committed and they want to blackmail you into it, and you find out that it's not even a good piece of equipment, and then you're supposed to make a video about it. And then that just lowers your credibility. I ain't about that life. I ain't gonna do it. I would rather buy all of the gear myself and only feature things that I really think are great and just make far less videos because I can't afford it all than be locked in with brands that are gonna try and handcuff me to make videos about things that aren't very good. Now, whether or not they're conducting themselves ethically and violating terms of service on Amazon, I can't really speak to that, except for I can say one thing that I can say. This one right here, the Mpow M30, okay? So I've featured this pair of earbuds, which is right here, on my channel multiple times. And I can say that this is one of my favorite pairs of budget-friendly earbuds that I've ever tried. I mean, for less than $30, they still hold up today. They're comparable to the Galaxy Buds. And if you're trying to not spend very much money, I still believe these are really great earbuds. Now, the microphones on them are not very good and they aren't perfect, but they're still great value for the price. But I have an interesting story with this experience. So I received one of these for free, and then I ended up buying 3 sets of them. Now, I didn't buy them all at the same time. I bought them at different times, within, a week or two apart, and I got them as gifts for people. And one of the pairs that I received was from a different seller, and when I got it, it did have a card in it for a 5-star review, and the verbiage on it wasn't saying you have to give a 5-star, but it was implied, and then you'd get a $10 gift card with that. Now, I didn't get that on any of the other pairs that I purchased, only on that one from that seller. But that makes me wonder if it's not across the board situation where they're trying to get you to give 5-star reviews and manipulate the system. Because how it works on Amazon is Mpow or any of these brands could authorize other people, other sellers, to sell them on Amazon, and then they kind of set their parameters of what they can and can't do selling Mpow or Tautronics products. It's really easy when you start to open your products to other sellers to sell them on Amazon for you, for them to kind of manipulate the system, because they're only getting commissions on the ones that they sell. So in a way, they're directly competing with other sellers selling the same product on Amazon. So they're trying to always figure out how to sell more of that product, and they want to be the one selling it. Now on Amazon, for a specific product, there is something called the buy box. And what the buy box is when you go to Amazon and you're going to add something to cart and then buy it, that means that you're buying it from one person. Now, if there's 10 people selling the same set of earbuds, okay, only one of those sellers can have the buy box. So when they hit add to cart, they're the ones that are actually selling it and would then get a commission for that product. And there's different ways to get the buy box more often. Supposedly, I don't know all of the rules surround that, and I'm not going to pretend like I do, but I imagine that one of the people who has the lowest price or a higher coupon code or maybe even a seller rating is potentially going to be the one who gets that buy box more often than other people. Even if that's against Mpow's pricing guidelines or something for them, they are trying to sell the product and they're going to do what they're going to do. Anyway, I just wanted to shed a little light on the situation. Hopefully the actions taken by Amazon are better for the Amazon community in the long run and for the customers and for the businesses, and that it creates a level playing field, and hopefully anyone who was violating terms of service was actually doing so and that they've learned their lesson and the whole community becomes better for it. And if any of you have had experiences with this review manipulation stuff, I would love to hear your story and what brand it was and what happened down in the comments section. And if you find any other big brands that all of a sudden go missing, feel free to drop that in the comments as well. Anyway, that's all I got. So if you like this video, found it helpful or mildly entertaining, go ahead and smash that like button and click subscribe and the little bell icon to get notified when I make new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later. Man, I really hope after I upload this that people don't stop sending me stuff. It'll be like the college days where I was eating ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly for every meal. Now, I have personally bought from every single one of these. There was definitely something just on my neck. I'm now like really self-conscious that like some spider or something's about to just like show up like crawling down my face on camera. I will scream like a child.